we started the live.
Okay. Uh, yeah, I can see
Yeah.
some students are.
Yes, I disconnected now.
Yeah, okay.
Uh, Once you see yourself, you can start the session.
So I can see now myself basically.
Yeah. You can just mute the system audio. System audio, you can mute your and you can start.
Sorry?
You can mute the system audio.
Mute this laptop audio. So I can see now. I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
see now.
yeah. You can start. You can start now. Just mute the system audio.
Is that fine?
Yeah, fine, fine. Please go ahead.
Okay, so I can start, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay. Uh, okay, good morning. Welcome to the live discussion on regression analysis. Uh, so I would like to start with just overview of this course. So in this course, we have studied several modules. Uh, and so there are 9 modules basically. They are simple linear regression, multiple linear regression, and the third module is selecting best regression model, and the fourth module was multi-collinearity, and the fifth one was model adequacy checking and test for influential observation, and the sixth one was transformation and waiting to correct model inadequacies. Seventh module was dummy variables. Eighth module is polynomial regression, and the ninth module is generalized linear model. So, regarding each module, I'll just talk about what is expected from each module in the coming exam maybe, and which modules are more important and which modules are not so important. um, so these 3 modules, like simple linear regression model, multiple linear regression model, and selecting best regression model. So these 3 modules are the basics of regression analysis, and it is expected that um, everything about these 3 modules. So in simple linear regression, let me just briefly talk about the modules also, like simple linear regression model. So what we do here is that we have uh, one response variable, of course, and one regression variable, and the model is like y equal to beta naught plus beta 1 x plus epsilon, and we studied um, how to estimate the regression coefficient beta naught and beta 1 using least square technique. and it is expected that you know how to estimate the uh, regression coefficients and how to test the significance of the regression coefficients in simple linear regression model. And there was also another one question was in the assignment that you consider a simple linear regression model like y equal to beta naught plus beta 1 x plus epsilon, and it is known that one of the regressor, say beta 1 is known to you, and then you find the least square estimate of beta naught. So if among out of these two regressors, if one regressor is known to you, then you know how to find the least square estimate of the other regressor. um, that is
Regressors. Hello, sir.
so that is using so if one regressor is known to you, the value of one regressor is known to you, um, then you get one normal equation, and that one normal equation will be useful to estimate the parameter that is not known. Okay, so this what I think, I remember there was a question like this, and then hopefully you will be able to solve such problems. And okay, I can see that the comment like video quality is very bad. Uh, no, so there is a question from Ankur Sharma that whether there will be subjective questions in the exams. No, not really. All are multiple choice questions. Hello, Balaji.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I give the password. I will do some changes.
Password for the that team viewer, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Just a minute. So this is also getting recorded, or how it is?
Yes, yes, it will be. You can text me, sir. You can text me through the WhatsApp.
No, but just a minute. Okay, so no problem. So the password is y for yellow,
Okay.
926
Okay, 926
VT,
VT. Okay.
victory and Tata. So can I continue talking, or how it is?
Just wait for a second, sir. I will
Okay.
change everything and then we will start.
Hello, yeah. So, should I start now? Okay. Um, okay. We'll come back again. So I can see the doubts now. So Ankur Sharma wrote, while doing assignments, we used Excel for lengthy calculations. The same can't be done in calculator. Okay. I can promise that the question paper is set in such a way that you don't need to do much of calculation, like suppose if there is a question from multiple linear regression and you have to estimate the parameters, then it's just enough to know that you know the formula that beta hat is equal to x prime x inverse into x prime y. So everything will be given to you, like x prime x inverse will be given to you. Maybe you have to calculate what is x prime y, but they are very minor calculation. It's not so, no question involved a lot of calculation as such. But in assignment, since you have a lot of resources available, so some of the questions are um, mm, uh, some of the questions involve huge calculation, but the same is not true for exam. So in exam you will have very moderate calculation, so no need to worry about. Yeah. So no need to worry about the calculation in the exam. Yes, Ankur Sharma, you said where to ask questions. So you can ask, you can write your questions if you have any doubt here only. Uh, yeah, Pravas Ranjan, you said that can't follow too much interruption. I don't know really how to solve this problem, but but it's okay. I mean, it's not of if you have any serious question, you can still pose. You can write the question in the forum. I'll serious technical question if you have. I can try to answer in the forum. Even if you are not able to follow me, it's not a very big problem, I would say. Don't worry. uh, so maybe I'll just state this one also in the forum or announcement, that I would like to say that we have covered 9 modules. Out of them, um, a lot of importance is given to the modules simple linear regression, multiple linear regression, and selecting breast regression model. So the first 3 modules are very important and they are very basic modules. So you should know each and everything about these 3 modules, and then the other 3 modules which are also important for the exam are model adequacy checking, uh, and the other one is are not important, but they're, of course, I mean, they're a very important topic, but not much of weightage is given in the exam, are multicollinearity, polynomial regression, and generalized linear model. Polynomial regression and generalized linear model are not given importance because they are you have learned those things at the end and you don't have much time to prepare those topics for the exam. So uh, so too much of importance is not given to this
The AI have learned those things at the
is not given to this three modules. Okay, maybe I'll just write this in the um, announcement also, so that there is no um, problem. Okay. Okay, there are a lot of difficulty, technical difficulty. Can't hear a full sentence. Still, it is buffering. Uh, Yeah, so again, I know Ankur Sharma said that I think the overall summary of the session should be posted in the announcement, as there is a lot of disturbance. Sure, I'll do that. I'm sorry about it. This is some technical difficulty. This might be happening because I am not in my institute. I'm somewhere else in USA, and here the in my place, in my residence, uh, this internet connection is not so good. That could be a reason uh, for this difficulty, for this technical difficulty. I'm sorry about it. Um, okay. Um, yeah. So if you have, yeah, thank you, Ankur. No problem. Um, Dharmesh Sarma, you wrote, still it is buffering. Prabhas Ranjan, no, it is not coming. Okay, but not to worry much about this difficulty. It's not something very serious happening here. Um, um, if you have some, okay, Dharmesh Sharma not working. Um, Okay, no problem. So, as I promised that I'll put a detailed summary of what is the what is that I wanted to convey through this live session. So that I'll do that I'll put in the announcement. Um, yes. Yeah. So let me just talk about little more about say the important modules like multiple linear regression model. So in multiple linear regression model, you are expected to know that how to estimate the parameters, um, and how to test the significance of uh, how to test the significance uh, of parameters. So like we have studied how to test several regressor variable to be equal to 0, like that. And also in that module we have studied extra sum of square technique, which is important. So so you can um, so you are expected to know all such things for the multiple linear regression model. And in the module selecting best regression model. There we have studied um, two techniques. One is all possible selection, and the other one is sequential selection. In all possible selection, we considered all possible models, and then we see which model is good in terms of different parameters, like sometime coefficient of multiple determination, r square. Sometime we select the best model based on adjusted r square. Sometime we select the best model with respect to mallow statistics. So you are expected to know all these things. And the other important selection criteria is the sequential selection. There we have studied the forward selection, backward elimination, and stepwise selection. So you should know all these things in detail. And because, as I said, that these three modules are very, very important. Okay. So uh, so the question is, what weeks we can skip for the examination? Okay. I don't know what week, but as I said, that especially the last two modules, which are polynomial regression and generalized linear model. So these two modules are not so important for exam, that I can say. I intentionally didn't give much of weightage, because these are the last two modules, and at the end of the course, and you don't have uh, much time to prepare for that. Yeah, Ankur. So as I said, that this polynomial regression model and generalized linear model, these two are not so important for exam. I'll write it clearly in the announcement also. Yeah, so I'm not very sure that how things are working, but I can say that it's not so important. Sorry that no, we are not able to discuss something in detail. And since there is no technical question, so I just talk a little more about. Okay. Hemant Trivedi said that it is very difficult to go along with you due to poor streaming. So I'm really sorry about this, but don't worry about it. I'm not telling something which is not covered in the courses. Um, yeah, the same is true for Pratima. She also said that I agree with Hemant. So you are facing the same difficulty. Let me just tell three more modules which are also important for exams. For the exam, they are model adequacy checking, and in this module, we what we have studied. I mean, you are expected to know everything whatever we studied in this module. So here we talked about different residuals. Like one is the standard, not standard, I mean the usual residual, that EI. And then we talked about standardized residual, studentized residual, and praise residual. So the different types of residual that you are expected to. And this module is mostly what about this, what is the idea behind, what we have learned in this module is that so we make several assumptions while we fit a simple linear regression model or multiple linear regression model. So we assume that epsilon I, they are independent, and the expected value of epsilon I is equal to 0, and the variance of epsilon I equal to sigma square, which is like a constant variance. So and also they follow normal 0 sigma square. So these are the assumption that based on this, we fit simple linear regression model, and then we perform different test to test the significance of the parameters. But how do you know that for a given data those assumptions are correct or not? So that is the basic idea behind this model adequacy checking. So in this module we have learned different sort of plots, like we plotted like residual against the estimated response yi had. And then at the end of this module we have studied test for influential observation and leverage points. So those are the things you are expected to know. They're all there, everything is there in my notes and in the lecture. And similarly you are expected to know everything about transformation and waiting to correct model inadequacies. So there we have learned how to fit weighted least square technique, which is important. And the other module which is important for the exam is the dummy variable. uh, so the dummy variable is important when we have data from two sets of some two sets, like one data, for example, one set of data is for men and the other set of data is for women. And then we learn, or we check whether single model is okay for the whole set of data, or we need to fit different model for different sets of data. So this is how the dummy variable is important. Yeah, so I think I just I told whatever I wanted to say, but at this again, since you are not able to listen to me clearly, there are a lot of technical difficulty. So I'll try to write down the whole thing in the announcement. And yeah, Ankur Sharma, you said that reading a book on this subject is cumbersome. Okay, I mean, I agree. I don't know. This is your personal opinion. I mean, you can pick some book and read chapter by chapter. Yeah, we are mostly following the Montgomery book, and um, the other book which is by Draper. So yeah, so now if you say, for example, now if you follow the book by Montgomery, most of the things are covered in this course. You will be able to understand that book better. Yes. Any technical questions if you want to? I don't think that it will be so convenient to talk about any technical issues, but technical questions, uh, but you can still you can still write if you have any doubt, technical doubt, from the subject. You can put that question on discussion forum, and I'll try to answer those questions. And um, since I don't see any other technical subject question from here, maybe I'll stop now, or I can just wait for some 1 minute to see if there is any new question. I'm really sorry that you could not listen to me properly, but uh, this is not a big problem. Again, I say that I'll just
Sorry that you could not listen to me. I'm really sorry that you could not listen to me.
yeah. So I'll just write a note on the in the announcement regarding the summary of my discussion today.
Yeah, so I'll just write a note yeah, so I'll just
Okay, so Hemant Trivedi, is it possible that we post our questions, and later we can get answer recorded by you? Um, I think so. I think so. Um, you can post the question in the discussion forum, and I'll make small video, and I think I'll be able to share the video in the discussion forum itself. Um, yeah, uh, yeah. That's a good idea. Yes, yes. Yeah, Hemant Trivedi. Yes, I'll be able to do that. Yeah. Yeah, so maybe I think we can conclude the session now because of the technical difficulty. It's so Please write your question in the discussion forum. Either I'll type the answer or I'll record a small video, and I'll post them. Um, and I wish you all very best for the exam. You just follow the assignments carefully, and as I said that three most important modules are simple linear regression, multiple linear regression, and selecting the best uh, regression model. So these are the three most important module, and then the other three are uh, model adequacy checking, and and that transformation and weighting to correct model inadequacies and dummy variable. So these are these three modules are also important, and the modules which are less important are or you can you can sort of very less weightage is given to multicollinearity and polynomial regression and generalized linear model. So I hope that this will make your life simple, and and thanks for being with me, um, and maybe we'll stop the discussion now, and have a nice day.